Welcome back. So, most people think that in sales, all you have to do is to just talk. But let me tell you something. In sales, if you do not have a strategy, you are going to fail woefully. And it is not just in sales, it is in every aspect of your life. I'm not saying that you should put rules guiding your life, but always have a strategy on how you do things. And a strategy in your daily day-to-day life can be a routine, something you live by, a principle, all this kind of thing. Because if you do not have it, you can just be doing anyhow. Exactly how sales work too. If you don't have a strategy, then you will fail woefully. So you have to do research. You have to even know how to do follow-ups. You should know how to follow up on people, and you need to have a strategy. So for the next one here, we have key sales terms. And in this particular one, we'll be talking about leads and prospects. So now we have a lead. Now let me explain a lead for you. So let's say for instance, you're trying to locate a particular place. Probably have happened to many of us before. You are trying to locate a particular place. So you meet somebody and you tell them, "Oh, I'm trying to locate this place. I can't find it." Then this person tells you, "Oh, you have to go like this. You have to go like this." And as you were going, the person called you and tell, "I think that person that is going in the front is going to that place." What you have done, what is it that person that is going in the front? I I think that is where they are going to. That person that you just asked just told you that. Now you start following that person. What you are doing is that you have seen a potential person that is going to the same place that you are seeing. So what you are that person, they are a lead to you. You get, they are a lead to you. It's somebody that you can follow, that you can get to your destination. Sure, you get, it is somebody that is probably going to get to your destination. So they are a lead. So now what is now a lead in sales? A lead is anyone who could potentially become a customer, somebody that can potentially become a customer. So you see that I'm saying potentially now because that person that you are following might not even be going to where you are going to, but they are a lead because you now have a little bit of belief that is like this person could be going to where I'm going to. So now a lead could potentially become a customer because you can now be following them now. You now ask them, "Oh, is it this place they are going to?" Then they now say, "Oh no," or you can be following them and say, "Oh, I can actually know there," or you can be following them, they're actually going there. So they could potentially what become a customer. Another one, we have cold leads. So who are cold leads? Now we're talking about cold lead now. So no prior contact, they do not know you. So a cold lead, the word cold there means that you do not know this person before. You do not know them. So it is anyone who could potentially become a customer that you do not know. It's just like you trying to market to someone that you do not know before. You are meeting a stranger for the first time and you are trying to market what you are selling to them. That person is a cold lead because there is no prior contact. They do not know you before. They do not even know if they trust you. You just want to sell to them. So as a salesperson, you will find out ways to sell to people who you do not know. Maybe via calls, via Instagram, emails, and whatnot. So we now have warm leads. The other one we had cold leads. Now we have warm leads. Warm leads are people who shown interest, like a post, was referred, visited your page. That is why they say that people who, I don't know if you have seen something like this where you'll be scrolling on Instagram. So when you're scrolling on Instagram, you would come across a content, you will like it. Then when you like it and maybe drop a comment, there'll be an automatic message that will come into your DM. So, and they'll tell you, "Oh, maybe you should comment and say smile. You should comment and say like," so that they can send you a copy of what they just said. What they are doing there is that they are making you a buyer, or they are making you a potential lead. Let me put it that way. They're making you a potential lead because what? You liked their post. That means you love it. If you can love their post, that means you love what they said and you would love what they want to give to you. So that is like warm lead. So if you already are familiar with it already, there is potential that you want it to close on you. So I hope you get that. So another one is hot leads. So we have hot leads. These are hot people. These are ready to buy. They are ready to spend money. They are ready to pay. They are just ready. They are ready. They are waiting for you. They are ready. Their body is hurting, their body they hot. They are ready. They want to drop their money. These are the people we called hot lead. So we now have prospects. So now, in sales, we don't call people clients or customers. When we are talking within salespeople, we call them a prospect. Sure, you get. We call them prospects. But when you're not talking to their face, you cannot be saying, my clients. Don't call them my prospects. So, but we call them prospects. So, a lead you have vetted as a real potential buyer. So, a lead that you have vetted as a potential buyer. So, if you reach out to a lead and you guys are already talking, say, okay, this person is a potential buyer, you can now start calling them a prospect. So we call them prospects, not customers. No, I'm talking to my customer. No, or I'm talking to my client. No, I'm talking to my prospects. So another one is target market, the specific group of people you are selling to. So the specific group of people your industry or your organization is selling to. So let's talk about real estate now. So if your industry is real estate, the specific group of people that you are selling to, these are people that can afford to get real estate. So those people are your target market. So we have ICP, ideal client profile. Ideal client profile. Your perfect customer description. This is your perfect customer description. So we have another part. So this is another key sales term. This is the sales process. So the first one is that we have a pipeline. A pipeline is a visual tracker of all your lead at different stages. So it is a visual tracker. It's like you are tracking all your lead. Like it says, it is a pipeline. So you're tracking all your lead from one stage to another stage to another stage to another stage to another stage. Like I said sales is all about strategy. So pipeline is one of those strategies that you need to have in sales. If you don't have a pipeline, you would not know where to stop, where to continue, where to engage, whatnot. If you do not still understand what a pipeline is, don't worry. When we get to follow up an objection, in the course of the course, you will understand what I mean by pipeline. Sure, you understand. So let's go to the next one. But just know that there's a key term that is called pipeline in sales. The next one here is sales funnel. The journey a lead takes from the first contact to the purchase. So a sales funnel is the journey that they take from the point where you saw them, reached out to them, started your conversation, to the point where they now actually pay for the money and pay the money for your services. That is a sales funnel. So because you went from awareness to conversation to down to the point where they now actually closed. So we have qualifying, checking if they have the need, budget and decision power. Like I said, I think I've used this qualifying in the first one, where I talk about this ones are interested, this one are not interested, this one is still thinking, this one is not. So you are qualifying them. Oh, is this one, do they have the need? Do they have the budget? Do they have the decision power? So qualifying leads like that. So we have discovery call, a conversation to understand the problem before pitching. So this is a conversation to actually understand. This is a conversation where you actually ask beautiful questions to understand their problem before you now start pitching what you are selling. This is when you just talk about, do you have a website? And they tell you, no, you say, can I ask why? Then I ask, tell me, we do not really have the budget. See, what you're doing is that you're just having a proper conversation with somebody before you now start telling them, okay, actually build website for people and I'll be willing to build something like that. So another one is pitch. Your structured explanation of what you offer and why it matters. This is when you now pitch. Pitch means that when you tell people a structured explanation of, okay, this is what I offer and why it matters to them. You can tell them, oh, I actually offer this and this is why it matters to your business. Because, okay, let's use websites for example. So I actually help businesses build professional websites, and now why it matters. It will make booking easier. It will make people find you easier. It will make people can see your portfolio. Like that. The point is, you start telling them why it actually matters. So we have value proposition, the specific reason to buy from you, not a competitor. The specific reason that people should actually choose you, not a competition. So That is what value proposition means. We have objection, a concern or resistance from the prospect. So objection can mean a concern. You see that they say a concern, not necessarily like a resistance alone. An objection can mean a resistance and a concern from the prospect. So we have closing. Closing is asking for and getting the final yes. That is why I've been saying close the deal. But it's not like close the deal in sales, it's just close. So when the prospect eventually pay, when they eventually pay, for the services after the whole process to that stage, the last stage is called close. That means when you're talking to your fellow sales people that you're working together, you tell them, I have closed that deal, I have closed on that prospect, I have closed on that conversation. So we have conversation when a lead becomes a paying customer. So that is conversion. Oh, sorry, it is conversion, not conversation. Sorry. So conversion. This is when a lead becomes a paying customer. So you can say, I have closed on that prospect and I have converted that prospect. The next one here is outreach tools and metrics. So we have cold outreach. This is when you are reaching out to someone who does not know you. I said cold leads. So anytime you see cold in sales, just so that you are reaching out to people who do not know you, who do not know you exist, who do not know your services exist. So that is what cold outreach is, when you are reaching out to somebody who does not know you. So for warm outreach now, warm, people who know you, people who are familiar with you, people who liked you, people who know that you shall exist. Those are warm people. So now, warm outreach means reaching out to people with prior context or referrals. So when you get to referrals, they are warm people. So another one is follow up, going back to a lead who hasn't decided yet. So this is follow up when maybe you're having a conversation with person, but the person has not decided, and you just check in to know if they have decided or not. What you are doing is you are following up on them. So we have sequence, a planned series of follow up over time. So when you are following up on people over time, it now becomes what? A sequence. So now you now have like a sequence. So we have a CRM. A CRM is a software to track leads, track conversation and deals. Just like it says, track leads, track conversation and deals. So we have a script, a prepared framework for calls and DMs. So when you are doing some cold outreach or cold reaching out to potential leads and potential prospects, you have to prepare a script. So you just prepare some few scripts that you'll be using for your prospect. Another one is commission. Commission is income earned per sale. So you'll be earning income per what you sell. It's like if you sell A, you get part of the A. If you sell B, you get part of the B. So it is not a fixed salary. So we have quota, a sales target you are suspected to hit. So when you are working in sales industries, they will always give you a quota. So what quota is like a sales target. They can give you maybe 3 converted leads this month, 4 converted leads this month, 2 converted, some is 1. It depends on the industry that you are working. The point is that's a quota means like a sales target that they give to their salespeople that work. So another one is KPI. This is key performance indicator. You track your numbers. So you are tracking your numbers. You're tracking your performance. How did you do? How did you not do? Did you work fine? Did you work well? So that is what key performance indicator means. So your numbers, you're tracking your numbers. Oh, I reached out to maybe 20 people today. Okay, now that I've reached out to 20 people today, how many people responded? How many people do I need to follow up on? How many conversation starters? How many people? So all these things is that you're tracking your numbers. Now, finally, we have come to the end of today's class. So now, you are going to have your first assignment. Your assignment is, in your own words, explain what sales is in your own words. From all the explanation that I have done so far, explain what sales is. Write it like you are explaining to a 15-year-old. So write it as if you are explaining to somebody who is just 15 years old. 2, which sales role interests you most right now? From all the roles, from appointment setter, closer, which one do you think interests you most right now? and why do you think it interests you? So list three misconception you personally had about sales before today. I know we all have misconception about sales, so I want to know. So fourth, without your notes, define in your own words lead, pipeline, cold outreach, value proposition, and closing. Final, find a real business, Nigerian business, and write one sentence value proposition for them. It is just a bonus question. You don't have to do it, but I would advise you to do it. Okay, see you in the next class. Bye.